Welcome back this Wednesday morning. It is 7:43 a.m. and now it's time for an important part of the program. You see, we've asked some South Florida judges to come on every Wednesday to talk about the biggest court cases in South Florida. The idea, of course, is to get an expert's view on the case, some analysis and insight. So, without further ado, please, everyone, all rise. The Honorable Judge Alex Ferrer and Judge David Young presiding today. And what do you know? They walk in right on cue. How about that?
One short of an appellate panel here.
No, right. Welcome to the show, guys. Appreciate your time.
Well,
big talker this morning is the announcement by the Miami-Dade Public Defender's Office that they're saying that they're going to refuse to prevent defendants because of budget cuts, apparently, you know, obviously targeting the people who don't have money. Can they, this is a reduction of about 2,000 cases a month. Can they legally do this?
Well, you know, it's not the first time that that's actually happened. Bennett Bremer has done that a few times before, and it's a difficult situation. There's always been a tension between the legislature and the judicial branch, and it especially arises at budget time, because even though it's an independent branch, the judiciary is, the legislature controls the purse strings. So when they cut back, it affects everything, and they're going to have hearings to find out whether or not a judge can order an attorney to take a case.
And if he doesn't take it, what happens?
Well, held in contempt. So they can be ordered to take a case, but you know, the judicial branch, the courts, are very reluctant to do that unless it's absolutely necessary, because the defendants are entitled to a full defense.
It's very clear that the legislature does not appreciate the job. I'm not going to take the
But we
case.
can't have no justice for the poor, and isn't it equally unethical to say I simply will not take these cases and not represent these people and leave them twisted in the wind?
That's why it's a difficult situation. The reality is that you either pay at the beginning or you pay at the end. Nobody likes to sit back and say, I'm paying for the defense of criminals. But the reality is that, you know, they're not criminals until they're convicted. And the reason we have a good system is because we have that representation that separates the innocent out from the guilty. But if you don't pay for representation at the beginning, that what you end up with is all these trials get reversed later for inadequate representation, and you retry them again, and you pay on the back end.
It's all about democracy. It's all about freedom. People come to this country for freedom, for democracy, for our courts.
What about private attorneys? Can they get tapped into this?
They do. In fact, we have what's called a wheel, where when the public defender's office conflicts out of a case because perhaps they represented a witness and now they're representing a defendant who has that witness against them. They conflict out. A private attorney is assigned from what's called the wheel. It's just a rotation that's random. What's going to happen now is that wheel is going to start spinning like a hamster wheel. Because if the public defender's office says we can't take any cases, all of a sudden they have to go to the wheel for every case, and the money that is assigned to the wheel is going to run out very quickly.
And this is not just an issue in Miami-Dade.